Okay, hi, Dawn. It is lovely to meet you. So,
Hi, yeah.
um, I just really today wanted to find out a little bit more about what you do, where you're based. So, yeah, I'll let you take the lead.
Just to pre-warn you, I have got a ridiculous Cocker Spaniel here, so he might well appear in shot. But yeah,
Lovely.
so I'm Dawn. I live in Salisbury, and I kind of was nude on birth, but I'm kind of flexing away from that a little bit more nude on therapy and doula services. Really because I wanted to make sure that people know about the therapy side as well. And also knowing that it's not as simple as just birth, it's everything around it. So I kind of support people from everything from fertility problems, maybe pregnancy worry, sickness, preparing for birth, birth itself, postnatally, parenting, and beyond. So parenting, with in a lot of people in my chapter at the moment, parenting teenagers and sort of juggling the menopause and things as well. So
Yeah.
kind of spanning out
Oh,
all women in
amazing.
that in the parenting world, basically.
Oh, that's
Um,
fantastic. And
yeah,
am I
so
right
I
in
do.
thinking you do hypnobirthing as well?
Yeah, so I'm a doula. And I do births and postnatal, but births are more tricky when you're doing regular therapy clients. So I
Yeah.
can sometimes, but it just kind of works on luck mostly.
Right.
The last client I had rang me the night before, and then on the day rang me and said, "Yeah, I need you here." And by
Oh,
complete luck,
wow.
it happened.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I am a trained hypnotherapist and I am just finishing my counselling training. So as a result of that and sort of top up training, I can do obviously hypnobirthing.
Yeah.
Um, but kind of it's more than that. It's more about sometimes you need some help just understanding your mindset when you're pregnant
Yeah.
and kind of needing a bit of guidance and support and confidence and same with parenting and all these things. So it's using hypnotherapy and listening
Yes.
as a way to explore those things. Often in my doula work, I've seen how, you know, birth and pregnancy, like it just throws up all sorts of things that you don't necessarily expect.
Yeah.
And, of course, you can go and see a therapist of any kind, but I think it helps to see someone that's, really understands the details of it and what it's like to be there.
Definitely. Definitely. Oh, that's amazing. The fact that you cover such a wide span as well. Because for me, I sort of cover antenatal, birth, postnatal, and then I feel like I haven't added anything yet that kind of
Mm.
allows me to be able to carry on that journey with them. I kind of feel like I do sort of 8 or 12 weeks and then it sort of drops off a little bit and then I'm signposting them to other people. So that's amazing that you can kind of carry through. Um,
Mm.
that's fantastic.
I
So,
think it's happened by evolution, to be honest, because I used to end up not leaving. People wouldn't let me leave postnatally.
yes,
So I've ended up over the years doing sort of nanny work,
yeah,
and getting involved with the families later on and ending up guiding them in sort of parenting decisions and going through different chapters and kind of being that person they go to. So I think it's just kind of happened, you know, by default, like
naturally.
rather than with
Yes.
intention. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, so your main focus now really is sort of more the therapy side of things, is it?
It's a mixture. So postnatal doulaing, obviously because it's that short term,
Yeah.
and you can kind of do different days. Some doulas need, sorry, some clients need like a really sort of intense schedule of help.
Yeah.
And they may obviously have a maternity nurse, but not everyone likes the kind of the fit of a maternity nurse. Some prefer like that guidance and support to do it themselves. So some people need a really intensive, like Monday to Friday or every night or something like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are part-time, and they just, just normal people who haven't got their family around or have struggled with something and just need, a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there. So I'm able to offer postnatal work to still help lots of families, but
Yeah.
whilst doing the therapy as well. And I volunteer at the Women's Refuge, and a Mind as well. So it's kind of like a mixture of things, really, which is really
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking you, what sort of led you to this kind of work? Because I find it fascinating, sort of the way that different people come into
Mm,
this sort of work.
yeah, and everyone's sort of got a story behind it, haven't
Yes.
they?
Yeah.
Um, oh, I don't really know where it started. I finished university. I went to university and studied psychology, wanted to get into clinical work, but was very, very young at the time, fell into a ridiculously boring career. Had my own children, and when I did, my first child was autistic. My husband was away a fair bit, and I just felt completely overwhelmed. I thought I knew everything, and I was very lucky to have my mum around, but I had real bad anxiety. And then when my
Mm,
second child was born 2 years later, it went crazy. And I was absolutely meeting the needs of the children, but not myself.
yeah.
And that kind of continued, and prioritizing work and juggling and all these things. And I ended up training to be an antenatal teacher and breastfeeding counselor, because I'd been arranging breastfeeding groups and things,
Right.
and buggy walks and all sorts,
Yeah.
to sort of join this network and get people supporting each other, because there's not enough support, and
No.
especially rurally. So I was like, yeah, I've got to do the NCT thing. And then I really found that I wanted in the groups to be able to help people one to one. I could see that people really needed that individual support. So I trained to do my doula training and started that, and then still had this yearning to do midwifery. So I did dabble with it. I got halfway through in the middle of a pandemic
Oh,
and learned some amazing things,
yeah.
saw some amazing things, and unfortunately, divorce and pandemic don't mix, so I
Oh,
had to stop. But it did mean that I was thrown back into the doula world, and I don't regret it,
yeah.
because it kind of gave me a top up, really, an
Yes.
understanding of the other side to
Yeah.
things, because
Yeah.
it's not all medical, and it's not
No.
all not medical. It's
Yes.
it's being able to understand
It's that
both.
nice
So
balance.
yeah, and then I
Yeah.
just still felt like I wanted to support people emotionally, so I've topped it up with the therapy stuff as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Like, I don't know how you juggle all those balls, to be honest. Like, that's a lot of different things that you kind of integrate together, but
Mm,
it's amazing. Really,
yeah, and it's
really,
wonderful.
yeah. It's interesting. Your story actually, in a lot of ways, is very similar to mine. And I think probably very similar to a lot of other doulas.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
we've kind of been led to it through our own personal experiences and seeing where there are gaps in the care
Mm,
and the need
mm.
for that support, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what areas do you cover?
So if I'm doing a birth, I usually tend to be within an hour's
Yeah.
radius. So more often than not, it's Salisbury Hospital or a home. Sometimes it's Southampton, potentially New Foresty areas if people are birthing around there. Or but where we are, we're kind of right on the middle of, you can get into Andover, which is obviously Hampshire, and
Yes.
you can get into Wiltshire and on the edge of Dorset. So kind of those three counties
Yeah.
really. And in terms of postnatal, again, you can travel a fair bit. Um, and in terms of therapy, um, the offering is online anywhere for anyone,
Yeah.
so that's great. And I'm working with a women's hub locally to try and integrate into sort of having an actual local setting as well.
Amazing. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, that is the blessing, isn't it? Like so many people now are able to access these things online. So it
Hmm.
gives you a bit more of a scope as to finding your person, doesn't it? Like
Yes,
I think,
yeah.
once upon a time we were so limited and we had to go with the people that were in our area, whereas now we can really sort
Yeah.
of look around and find who's going to suit us best.
Yeah, and actually, I always, when I meet a client, I always say, like, please don't go on a hunch now. Like, go
Yeah,
away, meet different people, make sure
yes,
it clicks, because it's like, a therapist, you need to fit with them. And ultimately, if someone's going to be at your birth, my goodness, they're going to have to click with you. You've got to be in your most
yes,
vulnerable state ever.
absolutely. Yeah,
Um, so yeah, it's good for people to meet lots. And in America, where doulas are much more a big thing, there's hundreds, but it doesn't
yes,
mean that there's not enough work, like, because it's great to have a choice,
yes,
and then it encourages word of mouth and stuff for people to
yeah.
learn about it.
Definitely. I think that's one thing I'm kind of sort of seeing at the minute is the amount of people that don't even know that doula support exists. They don't know what doula support
Mm,
is. And I think, my
yeah.
goodness, if only we could magically just get it out there to
Yeah,
everybody, it would be
definitely.
amazing, wouldn't it? But yes,
Mm,
like you say, I think word is spreading, isn't it?
mm.
So,
Yeah, definitely. And everyone you do tell about it says the next thing they say is, "Oh, I wish I had one."
yes. Yeah. I mean, I
And
wish I
actually,
had one.
same. Yeah, like I heard about it when I was pregnant, but I was in no position at the time to afford it, and it was very early on, so
Yeah.
there wasn't kind of these reduced funding or sliding scales, or people that can access it,
Yeah.
refugees and all sorts
Yeah.
of people can access funding for having a doula. So it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's kind of one of my passions as well, is making sure that the women that, really truly do need that support are able to access it. Um
Yeah.
there's, some women in some terrible situations, aren't there, that really need that bit of added support. And I think, if we
Absolutely.
can get that support to them, that's a really
Mm.
special thing. So,
Mm.
yeah.
And it
Oh,
would be nice if the NHS, I know they have done, I think Chelsea and Westminster used to, I don't know if they still do, but have doulas, it would be great because there's not enough midwives, there's not enough
no.
jobs, there's not enough funding. And actually, if a doula is, of the right mindset, the teamwork is incredible, because
Yes.
actually what midwife goes into the industry wanting to be sat filling out paperwork and
Yeah.
stressed out by having to always go to theatre, like, none
Yeah.
of them, they want to
No.
be there and they want to help women.
Yeah. Yeah,
And actually
definitely.
their hands are tied, so if you can work with them and help them, that's a really incredible partnership.
Definitely. Definitely. And I think that's another thing we kind of have to overcome a little bit, isn't it? Is to make people realize that actually it's not them or us. We want to be able
Mm.
to work as a team
Yeah, of
with
course.
the medical team, don't we? So that we're all
Mm.
supporting each other.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. Oh, it's lovely. So when you do when you introduce like your hypnobirthing and that sort of thing, how early would you introduce that in sort of within the pregnancy?
It kind of depends. Like, some people, I mean, most people don't do it early on.
No.
They just suddenly think, oh gosh, it's becoming more real. I need to do
Yes.
something about this. Or
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of people do it maybe second time round if they've had a bad experience and they perhaps are a bit more organized about it. But really, you can do it any time. But
Right.
the best thing to do is to be able to practice. So it's one of
Yes.
these things like mindfulness, whatever, where the more you practice it, it becomes completely automatic,
Yeah.
like a muscle memory. So with all things, people get wary of doing things too early. That's absolutely fine. You can do it later on, but the sooner the better, really, in terms of being able to practice it and
Yeah.
understand it. If the baby's, you can really feel it inside you, then it helps to have that connection and
Yeah.
understanding what's going on. But hypnotherapy itself can help with, things like pregnancy sickness and high blood pressure and
Yeah.
things like that, because you sort of it sounds crazy, but actually your brain controls your entire body and is how you
Absolutely.
got pregnant in the first place. So being able to, kind of reframe things in your mind actually does,
Yeah,
make total sense. And
yeah.
it
Oh,
really works.
it's fascinating. I love it. I love it. I love
Mm.
hearing about, all the other different things that people bring into their businesses and like integrate.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
brilliant. It's brilliant. And I think we
Mm.
can all learn so much from each other, can't we? Which
Yeah,
is lovely. So,
yeah,
well, thank you
definitely.
so much for chatting with me. It's
And
been
thank
really
you.
interesting. So
Love to
if
meet another
people want to
doula.
get in, yes, definitely. It's always nice to talk to other doulas. I
Mm.
was going to say, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the easiest way for them to contact you?
Probably either Instagram or through my website. I'm actually slightly changing my address of my website, and for some reason, all the emails go the wrong place. So
Oh,
Instagram's quite reliable,
yes.
or Facebook, either way. So New Dawn Therapy and Doula Services, or you can just Google me and it will come up as well.
Fantastic. Well, I will make sure I put in all your links with our video
Thank
anyway, so that
you.
everybody's got that. But yeah, thank you so much for chatting with me. It's been brilliant.
Thank you very
No,
much.
thank you.